How's it going, guys? I'm your host Caravan Gaming. Welcome back to the next and the last episode of the AQ Nostalgia Quest series, at least for this season. So we are now into season 6 of the Nostalgia Quest series already. Man, 6 freaking seasons, with each season having like about 20 to 30 plus episodes on average. That is absolutely crazy. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for the support for the series as well as the season. Okay, you guys gave me so many suggestions on what to do, what quests to go for, and for that I am very grateful, and I am also very humbled to be able to bring and showcase all these quests to you guys who are willing to watch my content. Okay, so let me just go through a recap of what we did this season. Now, this season didn't really have any real focus, in my opinion. Like, we are just going through the list, and the list of content order was what I used here. So yeah, this is the list that we are going through, and we went through every single thing from this list. In fact, it started long before this season. It started already like last season or like 2 seasons ago, something like that. And now we've reached all the way to the end of the list. It didn't get updated anymore afterwards, but it's not really a big deal because after this is really most of the modern quests, where most of the modern quests come into play, and they are still pretty fresh, so it doesn't make sense for me to go back and do those modern quests anyway. Like, they've been covered pretty extensively on my channel every single week's release already, so I don't see a point in revisiting them much. Okay, so yeah, that was what we did this season, just going down the list, finishing up basically every single thing in the order that is most ideal to help you understand the story. Now, some stories I didn't particularly enjoy, looking at You, Truthma Saga, and there are some stories which I felt were a little bit better. Like, I think the Darkovia one, that was quite interesting. There were a few interesting boss fights in there as well. Okay, there wasn't much story in there, if I have to be very honest, but the War of the Fangs stuff, the boss fights, pretty interesting, definitely left an impression on me. Let me see, what else did we do? Oh, War of the Giants, that was a super duper fun quest. Really enjoyed that quest, how it brought together different elements of AE games, and of course the last boss fight at the end was also super fun as well. We also did some other random stuff along the way, like the 12th anniversary event, like the Thunder Mountain Mastercraft set as requested by some of you guys. One moment. Okay, on top of that, we also did, what else did we do? Rise 13th anniversary event, we did that as well. And yeah, let's see, part 1, part 2, Erebus, some Erebus stuff. I think that was it Hall of Memories? Yeah, a lot of Hall of Memories stuff as well inside of this season. And this season we mainly started off as a Ranger Pyre build, and this season is focused around the whole Ranger Pyre build thing. And the main reason for that is I kind of wanted to try Ranger and the whole range thing as a, you know, as someone who has never tried it before, and as someone who has always hated the whole idea of, like, you know, range and all that kind of stuff. This season definitely did make me change my mind a lot. But of course, from when we started the season, it was 8 months ago, all the way up till now, there have been some quite huge differences with how the range damage works, and in a good way. So range damage has, you know, been greatly improved, or basically the dexterity stat in general has greatly improved since the season started. So it only made me love the build more and more as time passed on. And right now, at the end of the season, I feel like I still love the build very much. Like, it's a super strong build. It allows you to do many things, mostly damage. So, you know, you could start off with all the nuking from mage, and then afterwards you could move on towards your dexterity, your ranged weapons for the ramping damage. After that first few turns, you're already hitting harder than a warrior. So yeah, this build is just damage and more damage. And then because you have 2 main stats plus the luck stat, you're almost always guaranteed to go first. Okay, and you don't need charisma for this build, and that is because I'm using the optical item. So all you really need is the luck stat here, which also helps. You know, you can play around with some hyper crit shenanigans as well if you like. So personally, in my opinion, I still feel that this is definitely one of the top few builds inside of the game. I don't want to say this is the best build because that is quite subjective, but this is definitely one of the top few, right up there. So if you guys are interested in playing this build, you can go ahead and watch through the season how I handle you know, all sorts of monsters. Okay, mostly just regular monsters, but once in a while you get a slightly tougher boss monster. You can see all the different options that I have to deal with these boss monsters. And as a mage, you know, you have defensive options as well. So yeah, this build overall is just fantastic. Like, you can play FO, you can play FD, you can play Beastmaster, you can, you know, nuke with spells, you can hit hard with your regular attacks, you can hit hard with skills. Yeah, everything under the sun, everything that you want in a good adventure quest build, you can find it in this build. Okay, and for that I also have to thank my community, because when I first started out with this build, I had absolutely no idea what to do. It was basically a joke. Like, I was putting together random stuff that I just really liked, and it didn't really have synergy in the build. So I have to thank everyone for giving me advice, comments, and their opinions on how to improve the build, or which stuff to put in this build to give it more synergy. And of course, for helping me discover some items that I didn't know were so good. One of them being the Summer Dryad Raymond's armor. Like, I completely overlooked that armor. I never saw that armor as like anything great in the past, but after I started this build, after I started using it, like, wow, it just blew my mind. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so yeah, with all that being said, you guys might be asking, what is next for this series and what is next for the channel? And for that, my answer is Nostalgia Quest Season 7. That's right, guys. So we have finished all of the quests inside of the ideal content order spreadsheet, all of the old quests. And I already mentioned I'm not going through any of the new quests. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do for next season is I am going to be taking suggestions from you guys. Now, I have a lot of suggestions already. Okay, most of them regarding wanting me to revisit the very old Mastercraft sets, and that is what I plan on doing the first few episodes. I don't have enough suggestions to fill out an entire season yet, so if there's anything else you guys would like to see, okay, particularly old stuff like the older quests and I have not covered before in like the previous seasons, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I really welcome suggestions, and I'll basically just accept any suggestion. It's just a matter of when the episode will come out. Okay, and as for the next build, okay, as with all my Nostalgia Quest series, most of the time I change builds. I think I change build for every season, right? So yeah, no difference for this one. Okay, this is number one, mainly to keep the game interesting for myself, because I'm not someone who can stick and play around with something for a long time. If I lose interest, then that's it. So to keep myself interested in the game, I want to experiment with a few more different builds. And one build that I'm seeing being suggested to me a lot, and I'm also very tempted to try, is the Lucky Beast Mage build. That is 250 intellect, charisma, and luck. Okay, so first of all, I've seen a lot of suggestions from you guys asking me to try out that build because it is a very powerful build. Okay, and secondly is because I've been watching a lot of Brady's videos recently, and I've also been talking to him quite a lot on my Discord server. Okay, so yeah, he has really, I would say in a way, influenced me to try out that build. He mains that build, and I think the stuff he can do with that build doesn't lose out to my current build in any way. In fact, it might even be better, but we'll reserve that for when I actually try out the build. Okay, yeah, so that will be the direction and the build that I'm going for the next season, so you guys can look forward to that. Lucky Beast Mage. Okay, and as always, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see me added to the build, you can also leave that down in the comments section below, or you can ping me on Discord or join my Discord server and let me know. Okay, there is a new link for my Discord server because discord.io got hacked about a week ago, so you guys can go ahead and check out the new link. It's already up on the screen. I also updated the link down in the description below. There are plenty of other veterans as well, people, fantastic people who helped me out with the build. Like I said, nobody in this game knows every single thing, so I'm very helpful and thankful for the rest of my community for educating me on, you know, some stuff that I may have not known before. And now, with one full season done, I am a lot more knowledgeable in how Ranger and how this whole Ranger Pyre build works. So I am still constantly learning, and yeah, this game still has many more things for me to explore. So I'm very excited for the next season, and I hope you guys are as well. With that being said, I think we can just close off this episode. There's not much else for me to say, I think. Okay, so yeah, once again, thank you all so much for your support. Oh yeah, one more thing, yeah, before I forget, the episodes might not come every week anymore. It will depend on how often I get the suggestions, but at the same time, I also wanted to try out some other different videos. Okay, I also wanted to have more time to try different videos, different YouTube shorts for this, and I just don't have the time when I have to, you know, upload a new episode every single week. So that will probably free up an upload slot or two, you know, maybe a few times a month for me to be able to upload some different content. And you guys like watching different content as well, at least the view count tells me that. So yeah, maybe I'll be doing other different content, like talking more about changes that happens halfway through the game, so you guys that happens halfway through the week, so you guys don't have to wait for me to go through everything at once inside of the week's release video, which sometimes can be very long already. So yeah, some small changes that happen throughout the week, maybe there's some big event that's going on, or maybe they are taking suggestions for some contests, or you know, stuff like that. I will basically try my best to, you know, upload videos talking about them, as well as people quite like to watch those videos from what I can see. So yeah, that will be the direction going forward. Don't expect a Nostalgia Quest episode every week, but if there's nothing exciting, then there will be a Nostalgia Quest episode every week, or there will be something else in its place. Okay, not to worry, I'll still be doing daily uploads. So if you guys want to get your AQ or DF fix, you can always come back to this channel every single day, and you have something new to watch every day. Okay, so yeah, once again, thank you all for all your support. I'm really going to end off the video now. If you guys like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Battleon Gaming, and see you guys next season.